Hello there gorgeous gamers and welcome back to Pure Play TV, and we've got another PSVR 2 review for you, and this time we're busting out of jail in Prison Boss VR, a comical little game that has managed to fly under our radar for far too long. Let's get into it. On the surface, Prison Boss VR looks a lot like some of the other early VR games that adorned the original PSVR headset, like Job Simulator and Vacation Simulator, but it's got a bit of a naughty adult twist on it. When I first booted up the game, I thought, hey, this might be one to get my boy Charlie to play, but then the game tasked me with making a roll-up Siggy, and I thought again. The kid is only 7 after all, and I don't want him learning how to roll until he's at least 12. Responsible parenting and all that jazz. So this one isn't for the kids, at least not those on the younger end of the scale. But in fairness, it's not overly rude, crude or gory, despite being set in a prison. There are no trips to the showers, thankfully. The basic gist of the game is that you've landed in the slammer and you need to bust out. Why? No reason. The game doesn't really carry a story, which is a shame, as some kind of narrative would have helped move the monotonous days along a little quicker, though I guess the same old routine is par for the course in a life behind bars. So how do you bust out of the clink? Well, you're a smart egg. Literally, everybody in the game is an egg person, and no, I don't know why. Within your cell, you can craft desirable items to sell to your fellow inmates. Roll some ciggies, draw some nudie pictures, make rope and so on, and you'll earn cash money. During the daytime you can't craft but you can trade. Each day starts with a little egg fella coming up to your cell and initiating trade discussion by way of a fist bump. Then you've got the option to buy materials needed to craft the contraband and to take a look at the jobs, which are basically just a list of make X amount of Y and Z. Completing jobs gets you more rewards, better materials, and progresses you through the game. During the nighttime hours, you can't trade, but you can craft, and you've got to be crafty about your crafting, because the prison screws are on patrol, and if they catch you with a wad of baccy rolled in some lined paper or a half-finished erotic letter, you're busted, and your gear is taken away from you. That's the only real danger, getting caught. Your cell is tiny, but with a little ingenuity and some well-placed furniture, you can hide your illegal gear from the guards. But given the claustrophobic nature of the game, you can't move around freely, you're just on one spot. This is sometimes more difficult than it needs to be, and a source of one of my biggest gripes with the game. Placing furniture around your tiny cell is meant to provide you with options to stash your gear, but on way more than one occasion, my furniture would collapse itself for no apparent reason. I think it's because I touched it. You can collapse your furniture at any time by holding down the left or the right stick, and I know I'm not doing that by accident, so I can only conclude that the act of brushing against the furniture as I turned my character caused my furniture to collapse into a little box and spew my rollies and rope all over the cell floor. It was a pain and it still is, but I think I've managed to suss it out by simply keeping my hands as close as possible to my body whenever I move my character. Still a pain in the arse, mind you, and getting caught is no laughing matter, as you lose all of your stash and cash, and this can literally take hours to build up to again, which did force me out of the headset and into the bathroom to rage brush my teeth a couple of times. My gums bled for this bloody game. Anyway, that's the basic loop. Craft, trade, complete jobs, get better gear, unlock new materials and furniture, and gain rep until it's time to break free. It's fun in its own way, though the repetition does set in quickly, and without much by way of the spoken word, and with no story to latch onto during those long periods of hoarding, it does settle into the pattern of boring after a while. It's still good fun for what it is, and with several different settings and a boss mode with modifiers to play how you like, there's enough to keep you busy until your next parole hearing. And that is the end of this review. As always, thank you very much for watching, it's really appreciated. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, do us a solid. Go on down below, hit the like and subscribe buttons, and maybe leave a comment if you've got a question or just some poetry you're dying to get out there. I've been Chris and you've been gorgeous, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, cheers my dears.